Good afternoon, everyone. You join us on the Effing Racing Show on Twitch Sports for round 12 of the ABB Formula E World Championship at the 2021 Heineken London E-Prix. It was first raced from the 2014-15 season until the 2015-16 season, but makes its return now for the 2021 season at a new location around and through the XL in London, at the Royal Docks area of Newham, East London. Its 100-acre site is on the northern quay of the Royal Victoria Dock in London Docklands between Canary Wharf and London City Airport. I'm Jez. I'm joined as always by my personal pit crew, Rhys and Duff Valley. How are we doing, gents?
All good, all good.
And I'm excited for this race because it's the first time that I've actually watched a race where I'm like, oh, well, I've actually driven right there. And it's not at all the same type of vehicle. I've driven a van where they're driving their Formula E cars, and I guarantee, even though they're electric cars, I have not driven as fast as they're driving.
Yeah, apparently this is the first indoor-outdoor track ever raced. Like,
is it?
Properly in a like FIA, yeah.
That's
in an FIA series, it probably is. I can't think of many other ones. The only other time I've seen it is I don't know if you remember, Duff, but they used to have a end of season go karting thing in Bercy in Paris, and all the Formula One drivers and a lot of the other drivers used to racing it, and they used to be inside and outside, but that wasn't a proper FIA thing. It was.
I mean,
I party, but yeah, it's cool.
Generally get excited when they go through that long kind of tunnel area in Monaco. I'm like, oh, they're inside, they're undercover, but it doesn't really compare, does it, to going completely inside the building?
For this,
yeah,
it's awesome, absolutely. And when I watched a bit of it yesterday, and it was wet outside and dry inside, it's quite a challenge because they don't have wet tires, they don't have dry tires, they have tires that are the same regardless.
Yeah.
Which I guess is perhaps why that doesn't happen right in most motorsport series, because you wouldn't be able to cope with it. It just wouldn't work. But Formula E with their tread tyres doesn't make any difference, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
and mainly the emissions.
There is that. Yeah, I suppose you can't blast exhaust inside, but I mean they do, especially in there. They let people drive their vans in there and blast the exhaust. I always think it's a bit daft, but yeah.
True.
I bet it smells awesome.
It does, yeah. It doesn't at all trigger the asthma that I thought I'd got over when I was a child. Yeah.
No asthma. No, it'd be no. It's cool. It's cool. I think it's going to be it's a different concept. It's a completely different type of race, isn't it? So let's give it a go.
Absolutely.
First of two.
The first of two. Yeah. I'm wondering whether we're going to get more of that half rain, half sun experience tomorrow than today, because it has cleared up now. It's nicer with me here a little further southeast than London, but it does seem like things have dried out in London now, so we're going to have a dry race, less skidding around outside. There's their potential. Well, now is as good a time as any, Duff, for a hashtag Duffcast. Bring it on.
Perfect timing.
The radar shows that for the start of the race, there is a possibility of moisture in the air. But having a look at the actual predicted rain, it's going to come too late.
Yeah.
So the thickness in the clouds is there for it to rain, but we might not get it for the race.
So unless somebody goes out there with a trampoline and a hedgehog, we're not getting the rain. That's basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bounces up there and pops the cloud, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it?
It would be interesting, yeah. So, we are 20 minutes away from the race start, and we've got a few things to cover on the show before we get there. And also, we have to get in our Twitch mandated commercial break as well. Let's not forget that, because
absolutely,
Rhys needs to go for a piss. That's just part of the show.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank Twitch for mandating time for me to have a piss before each stream starts. It's appreciated.
It's very good of them. Yeah. Yeah. So, shall we start off with the grid and the results from qualifying and Super Pole? Anybody got a burning desire to take that away?
Yeah, I can go for the.
I didn't see
grid.
it, so I'll leave that one to you, Def.
Yes,
I've got it, but I didn't see
it. We've got all British front row with Alex Lynn and Dennis on second. Then we've got Buemi in third, who genuinely thought he was going to get first of how well he did in the Super Pole. City Camera in fourth, Lotterer fifth, Nato sixth, Degrassi seventh, Sims eighth, De Vries ninth, Ericsson 10th, Evans, who put in a great lap, in 11th, Verline 12th, Rast, who looked as though he was challenging throughout qualifying and practice earlier, unfortunately down in 13th, Van Dorn, who had a bit of an off in practice, managed to get 14th, Blomqvist 15th, Mortara, who was doing great in practice as well, 16th, Da Costa 17th, Sam Bird all the way down in 18th, Turvey 19th, Cassidy 20th, that's a shame for him, Roland 21st, Fries 22nd, Jev down in 23rd, and then Gunther, who's been great over the last couple of races, all the way down in 24th.
Yeah. Not good at
it's
all.
a bit of an all over the place grid once again, and the rain played a part in that once again.
Yeah.
The later you went out, the better you did. But even in that top six from Super Pole, there were some kind of head scratches as they were watching Lotterer's lap. Nobody could really work out why he didn't take pole. It looked like a good lap. He didn't make any errors, but nobody could really work out what the difference was. So I guess I would posit that maybe there are some very specific racing lines on this track that people haven't fully got to grips with yet, and that there is still some time that can be eked out.
Equally as well, they were finding in especially in practice with that wet weather, things like the zebra crossings and stuff, once they got wet, they were super skiddy, and that was causing massive problems. I think, is it in the double hairpin?
Yeah,
that was causing massive problems in that first hairpin.
It's because they were coming over it with their foot down, spinning the wheels, and then they were wiggling when they're trying to brake. I think it was just on the line of where you got your foot down and where you need to find your braking point. And because it was wet, some of them were getting it slightly wrong.
Holy crap, is that the grid?
They're on, yeah, the grid is inside, yeah.
It was just the fact of the amount of people.
Yeah,
it's been busy. So long since I've seen a grid that busy.
Well,
that's crazy.
Speaking of which, I'm just going to bring up the timing screen and the grid, and I'll take you through the grid as best I can from my knowledge of the building and the surrounding area. So if you are watching the BBC feed right now, which you can do for free on BBC iPlayer, if anybody's got the link they want to drop into the chat, and go right ahead.
I'm on it.
The grid and the start-finish line are inside XL, and then immediately as you come out of the grid and go into turn 1, you exit the building, you come around the corner and down the hill that makes up the loading dock. Then you reach what is actually a roundabout at the bottom of that first incline, and they've formed a chicane there that will take you out to the left and down a second ramp and onto the main road that goes around the XL, the ring road that goes around the XL and the loading dock. Go straight around the XL. They've added in a corner, turn 6 and turn 7, going into turn 8 that goes around another roundabout, right around the building, down onto the water side, where they've set up a double chicane for turns 10 and turns 11. Round then, further along the water side, takes you all the way down to turn 16, which is where they have the attack mode, and a series of very tight corners coming round to the ramp that will take you back up towards the XL, into the XL, round another corner and back onto the the grid and across the line. The attack mode, I think, is in a really interesting place. It's so late in this lap. I don't remember them being that late in the lap normally.
And it's very wide as well. I know they're generally slightly off the racing line, but this one is well off the racing line. It seems a lot wider.
Massively.
So I think you're going to lose, if you're in a train of cars, you're probably looking, you might lose 3 or 4 positions quite easily if everyone's quite tightly packed together.
Do you think that's a result, because obviously this track has been a work in progress right up until last week, basically. Do you think that's a result of the problems they've had coming out of some attack modes and being put straight into traffic and causing crashes and other potential collisions there?
Yeah, trying to think which race it was where it nearly happened 3 or 4 times with someone coming in.
But it was a similar type of corner.
Yeah.
The only one we haven't really had problems on was Italy, just because that was so big.
Yeah, Rome.
It was absolutely monstrous, that hairpin that they were on there. But because these ones are so small, no matter what, when they come off the curve, these guys are still going to cut across, no matter where you put it.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because you're going straight from that attack mode hairpin into a sharp left corner, so you're going to be wanting to hug that inside left to go around there anyway, aren't you, on the racing line? Yeah. It's a good point. Very interesting. Very interesting. We've got a lot to happen. Oh my God. Sorry. Rhys is getting excited about the Acorn competition.
2,750. Check that out.
That's amazing.
Just won.
That is amazing. Was that
2 3/4 grand?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it was the black bars.
Oh, nice. Just got 7s. Who was that? Or is that it actually happening there in front of you?
No, that's Duff.
That's Duff. Yeah, Duff got 7s.
Sweet.
But anyway, let's get back to racing, if only for a moment.
Jez is going to turn these off now if we carry on.
Them off, I'll whitelist you so that you can't compete. But you can compete, listener, viewer.
I'm right behind you now.
As long as you're joining us live on twitch.tv/The Jez Show right now. And we're going to take our commercial break now. And then when we come back, we're going to discuss the championship standings with 4 races to go, including this one that we're here for today. It's still anybody's game, I would suggest. There's a lot of room to go. So stay tuned. We'll get into that shortly. This is the Effing Racing Show on Twitch Sports. the Effing Racing Show on Twitch Sports. We're getting ready for the 12th round of the ABB Formula E World Championship in London, around the XL Centre.
What accent was that?
Yeah. It was a kind of a bit Cockney, but it was more akin to the whiny Cockney I get down here in the southeast than actually in London. Yeah, that's what they sound like here. Anyway, we'll discuss the actual racing events and things like that. And as I mentioned before the commercial, we've got 4 races left to go in this season's championship, including this one. Mm-hmm. And the championship itself is very, very close. There is not much in it. So, I've got everything here ready to go. The standings as current. Bird is first. He has 81 points.
Bird's the word.
Da Costa is second with 76. Frines is third also with 76. So there's some kind of tiebreaker situation going on there. Unless it's just alphabetical, that would be unfortunate. In fourth place, it's Mortara with 72. Cassidy in fifth with 70. Jev with 68 in sixth. Rast in seventh with 61. Evans in eighth with 60. Verline with 60 in ninth. Again, that seems to be alphabetical. I can't see any other information about a tiebreaker. And then 10th is De Vries with 59. So
they all seem to be at the back.
They all seem to be at the back today.
Yeah.
But even as you go further down than that, so let's just jump to 15th. 15th is on 54 points. Actually, 12 through 15 are all on 54 points. So there's still so much that can happen in these last 4 races. And even the last place, where are we? Okay, so Ericsson is last with nothing. Absolutely nothing. But if by some miracle Ericsson were to win all 4 races, that's 100 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter where you are in this championship right now. If you have a couple of good races, you can charge straight through and win it.
Yeah, it's similar with the team thing as well. There's Envision Virgin Racing at the top with 146 points, and they haven't won a single race.
Yeah.
Behind them is DS Techeetah with 144, so only 2 points. And then only 3 points behind them is Jaguar. So it's still massively close in that top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And likewise, when you come all the way down to the bottom, the NIO 333 team are on 18, and it's the same points level as it is for the individual drivers. So 25 points for a win, 18 for second, 15 for third, 12 for fourth, 10 for fifth, 8 for sixth, 6 for seventh, 4 for eighth, 2 for ninth, and 1 for 10th. So a couple of good wins, or even top 5, and you're pushing right up to the top already. I think the team championship is a little bit further away from reach if you're at the back, but there are two drivers on each team, so you never know.
Yeah, having the drivers one wide open is great. Absolutely great for Formula
how
E.
close it is.
Yeah.
I hadn't realised it was that close. So there's loads of permutations, isn't there, in this? It
was only really last week that they started to talk about it, because they still hadn't shored up how many races there were going to be on this year's calendar. Obviously a reduced calendar with COVID and all that kind of stuff. And now they have finally decided that Berlin is the last 2 on the I think the 13th and 14th of August, or at least that weekend.
Yeah.
Or 14th and 15th of August. And
so 100 points to play for.
Yeah. Lots to play for. So it's going to be interesting. Let's just look at where the top people are right now. So Lynn starting on pole. Where's he in the championship? He is 17th in the championship with 34. So he wins.
It's crazy.
That puts him on 59. Jumps him up to 10th with nothing changing with anybody else, obviously.
But we've been talking about him every race.
Yep.
His name's been mentioned, and he's had some massive bad luck, but he's always been in there. So yeah, there's always a good chance that he can do really well.
Yeah, but it's like Turvey down in 19th, isn't it? Always there, but he's had some rotten luck.
Yeah.
And Bird. Well, Bird's top of the championship in a minute, but I don't think he will be after this race today, will he? Starting from there.
I don't think so, no. I think the best that Bird can probably hope to achieve starting in 18th is kind of just under the 10.
Think about it. That qualifying format that has kept it that way. Because those at the top qualify first. So if the weather's crap, you're always going to get those guys that are further down the bottom up the top.
Yeah, that's true. As much as we haven't really enjoyed the kind of chaos that rain causes at qualifying, if it's giving us a tight championship at the end of the season, then as a viewer, I suppose it's a win, isn't it?
Yeah. And Formula E to me is more about entertainment, shall I say? It's more about the short, sharp show that comes to your city. They're there for 2 days and then they're done, and they seem to fit a lot into that 2 days, which I perhaps didn't appreciate when we first started doing the Formula E races. But it's a different type of sport, isn't it, to Formula One, which is what we're more used to. But,
absolutely, yeah. And I think that is the trap or the pitfall that a lot of people fall into, is they try and compare Formula E to Formula One.
Yeah, and you can't.
There's no comparison. They're completely different. It's like comparing football to Gaelic football.
There can only be one.
Or to American football. Yeah, they've got the same kind of name, but very, very different.
I mean, if you're watching the coverage now, they got the show here, and they're flashing the lights, and it's pitch black on the grid, and then there's spotlights on the grid. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I do love the spotlighting of the cars on the grid. That's very nice.
It's kind of like they turned Formula E into like sort of wrestling with the show and the lights and all there'll be fireworks, I'm sure, at some point. And if you're looking at this now, but anyway, we're just about to start, so I'll shut up.
That's what people like, yeah. But
NLX in the XL.
NLX in the XL. Oh dear. Now we've started. I do believe. Right, so we're going on our formation.
Yes, we're going round first. He's stuck. Are we?
We're supposed to be.
What's going on here?
Where are we stuck?
Well, maybe we're not No, we don't formation lap, do we? We just kind of shimmy forward into position.
They do the formation lap now, which we don't see. And then they stop a grid slot back. Yeah. And they just come on forward.
Strange that.
It is a bit, yeah.
Which is odd, because watching that, I keep thinking it's a night race, but it's not, because they're going to come outside.
Yeah.
It does look very much like Bahrain, doesn't it?
It is very dark. Yeah. Right, well, the lights are building, gents, and the rubber is now rolling in London, baby. Off we go. Anthony Lynn maintains his position. It's funny how slow they look inside the XL.
Yeah.
It's only when they get outside that they actually look like they're doing any kind of speed. But as we come around the first corner, we are exiting the building now, coming back out onto the loading dock.
This roadway. Coming outside is such an odd change in surfaces. They've really got to watch out to not spin the wheels. So thin as well. Look at
we've got a collision on the ramp. Who is that has suffered?
Stopped.
That's a Mahindra. That's Sims.
Sims, yeah.
Yeah, Sims has dropped.
Sims has suffered. He's all the way at the back now. Dropped all the way back. We're into this double hairpin along the side of the Docklands Light Railway.
Didn't do Roland much good either. Although he was already down there. Although Roland's got past Bird. Worth noting.
There's a yellow flag.
Yeah, there was a lot of debris that came out, and I think needs to be cleared. Already down now to turn 16 for the attack mode. Nobody can take it yet.
It's a great lead built out there from Lynn and Dennis.
they're 3 second stuff.
Yeah, hopefully we've got to make sure that they don't. Lynn doesn't use excess power, where Dennis there is going to be getting the slipstream, so should be able to save power on that.
Okay, we're on a full course yellow. Everyone slowing down. So we did actually get one lap. We had a crash, but we did actually get one complete lap of racing before they introduced that full course yellow.
Typically, did we get a full lap?
Yeah, well,
there was a crash on the first lap, though.
It was a crash on the first lap, yeah. But Lynn at least got through back into the XL and down onto the start-finish line. So we did get one full lap from at least the front runner.
Oh yeah, he's just back in a bit busy. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, they've managed to get Sims's car out of the way. I don't know whether he was able to drive it off as soon as the traffic cleared, but so
Blomqvist and Bird are in the pits.
Jags come in. Who's that? Sam Bird's come in.
Yeah, I don't know if
that doesn't look very positive, does it?
No,
that doesn't look good.
I think he's back in the garage.
Ah, for fuck's sake!
Here's a replay of the crash. Everyone was just nose to rear all the way through that. Everyone was so close to each other.
I think he was just pushed out into
the wall, and then everybody was so close to him that a few people crashed into him and then crashed into the person behind.
Okay, did Evans go into the back of him? I think Sam Bird must have. Did he go over that? No, there's definitely Evans' front bit of bodywork that was in front of Sims.
This is a camera on the front of the car, and you can't see anything. That's how close the car
there we
is.
go.
There goes the camera.
Yeah.
Right, we're back underway now.
Yes.
And Jev has got a 10-second stop-go penalty to serve.
Car parts replacement. They must have changed something on his car in that pit stop. Was he in the pits? Yes, he was in the pits.
Who's that? Gunter? Yeah, Gunter.
Yep.
As well, but not really a problem for him all the way down in 21st.
No, both of them stopped. Both of them were last, so they must have started after having a problem.
Attack mode now open.
Mm-hmm.
See how early people start to take that.
I think it might be a little wait yet. But particularly if it's not going to rain. If it was going to rain, it'd be more of a rush to take it. I'd have thought. There's a bit of debris on the track there as well.
Yeah,
we've got another one in the pit.
This is the stop-go penalty.
Stop-go, yeah.
Yep.
This will be Gunter.
I think they're both taking them right now.
Yeah.
So
how silent it is.
Interestingly, the pit lane being inside, it makes it almost seem like a kind of the pit lane that you get in NASCAR and IndyCar, that more wide open.
Yeah, it's a lot more space.
Having to drive off the side of the road type one.
Oh yeah, that don't look good.
Very interesting experience. Not seeing anybody take the attack mode as we come through to turn 16.
I haven't seen it open yet.
Yeah, it did open. It opened at the beginning of just after they waved the green flag and got going again. It is open. DaCosta is the first to take attack mode down in 14th. Cassidy and Frines, whatever his name is, in 19th. We're never going to know, gents. We're never going to know.
So Mortara's done well out of this. He started quite far back and has made his way up to 14th.
Yeah, that's good.
He's had a really good start to the race. Evans is in the pits. I think both Jags will be out of the race.
Yeah, he's in the pits, isn't he?
Oh. That definitely changes things in the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, massively.
Yep, he's out, according to the message from the future.
Wow.
Well. That does. That might have an impact on the team one as well, because both of them are out.
Definitely.
I tell you what, as well. Look at the three that took the attack mode. They've dropped considerably.
Yeah. You're almost better off taking it as a group only, but then there's no benefit to it in some ways.
Yeah. I think like the last race, it's better off taking it early and at least getting one out of the way so that you've got a chance to come back. But just
definitely
use the attack mode as a bit of an energy boost rather than as a extra bit of speed or whatever.
Dennis has come over on the radio to his team saying Alex Lynn is backing everyone up in the hairpins. He's going too slow. But is this a clever idea from Lynn? Because
Could well be, yeah.
if he's using less power through his hairpins, but making it so people can't overtake, he's saving battery, and it's also obviously hard to break in that. It's going to give some more regen.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think if he is deliberately doing that, then it's an excellent strategy.
Yeah,
Spot on.
I don't
There's
think
a
there's anything
1
wrong.
kilowatt-hour energy reduction.
I mean, the leader sets the pace. If you want to go faster, go past him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same. Yeah.
Because look at him. He's on pace with everyone, and usually the leaders are kind of a little bit below.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's only a percent down on Dennis, which is fine. It's negligible.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Got excited then. I thought something had happened. So the guys that are chasing, so Gunter Evans is back out now, racing. But they're looking at the live tracker, they're just about, nearly half a lap behind, give or take. And so unless
massively, at the moment, unless
it's a full course yellow, they're stuffed.
Yes.
Or rather a safety car, which is what they need. Excuse me, to catch up.
The two closest rivals at the moment are Da Costa, who's down in 12th.
Yeah.
And Freinsch, who's down in 17th.
Yeah.
The only other one is Mortara, who's still a fair way back. And then Nick Cassidy. So, yeah, they're all back. So, it's depending on how... If it ended now, it would still be okay for Sam Bird.
Van Dorn's just done the fastest lap with his... oh, no, he hasn't. Just as I say it, he gets beaten by Mortara, albeit with boost mode, the 123.2.
I take it the Mercedes isn't built for this track.
Probably not. No, it doesn't.
They've got no point in at least the last 3 races.
Straight from the school of Mr. Wolf, that.
Yep.
Yeah,
the first team taking attack mode.
In their car that is not designed for any of the tracks that we've been to, except for the first one this year, they're still 5th in the team championship with 113 points.
That's because of that terrible race at Valencia.
Yeah.
Where they were doing terrible and then everyone else's battery died.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just about ready to give the official verdict, Duff, and I'm going to say the Duff beer is a winner.
Yep.
Very nice.
Okay.
I've drunk Duff. Take
Is
it
it
as you
actually based on the Simpsons Duff beer, or is it just a coincidentally named thing?
It's made by someone in Germany. It's a because like Lidl buy all this stuff. Well, they get all this stuff from Germany, don't they?
Mm.
And, no, not bad at all. Today's beer update is that we're moving on now to a Brains SA Gold. Seeing this as it's Rugby Day and the Lions are on next. Temporary. Has anyone else got a temporary fault on the coverage?
We've all got the temporary fault on the coverage.
We've lost the racing.
So we'll see what happens when we get that back. But we are 10 minutes into the race, so it seems like a good time to update you on the current standing. So Lynn leads. Dennis is behind him. Buemi 3rd. Lotterer 4th. De Vries 5th. Degrassi 6th. Seti Camera 7th. Nato 8th. Rast 9th. And Van Dorn 10th. And we have our coverage back. It seems like people are attacking each other just as we had a fault. We could hear little bits of excitement from the commentators, but we couldn't see it. And Degrassi seems to be going for it.
Oh, look at that overtake.
Nice move, son. Come on, De Gravely. Although there's no gravel for him to crash into today,
there isn't. No. He can jump in the Thames if he wants, but...
Great overtaking.
Duff's going to win this.
Me?
Oh, no, you're not. Jaeger's won it.
There's one what?
Rhys decided to set off a battle royal while we were without the BBC coverage for a moment. So there you go. Yes, wonderful bit of driving from Degrassi. Where does that put him now? Up to 6th. Excellent work.
Nice. I mean, he's not one of those drivers that came from Formula 1 as a failure because he never really had the car, but he seems to be there and thereabouts in Formula E, which isn't saying a lot, I suppose, but still. And
no, yeah. I mean, we've got a lot of evenly matched kind of drivers in Formula E, haven't we? It's one of the more.
I think so.
It's one of the more even driving championships out there for both cars and drivers. I think they're all much of the same quality.
Do they get more attack mode this week?
Longer?
No, they get 2. No,
they've still got one left, and Boemi's on 7.5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, they must have done then.
Isn't it normally 7 minutes?
I think this week it might be 2 lots of 8 minutes. It's usually 4.
I thought it was 4 minutes, yeah.
Nice. Oh, well, cool.
Maybe they looked at it last week, realised that people weren't really wanting to use it, and tried to change it up to add an incentive.
What was it last week, Jez?
Where were we? Can't remember where we were.
New York.
I say last week.
New York.
It wasn't last week, was it? It was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But last
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was New York. Yes. Thank you, Duff.
New York.
Could not remember.
Brooklyn Docks.
Just whilst we're in this sort of procession, have either of you changed your mind on the Hamilton-Verstappen situation?
Nope.
No.
Racing incident.
No.
Oh!
That's what I expected.
Yeah. We'll discuss it in more detail in the F1 IRL next week
Hell yeah.
when we do the Hungarian Grand Prix from my living room all together. But no, just as a quick thing, no, I still stand by everything I thought at the time.
Yep, if anything, I've lost respect for Red Bull, I think.
Yeah, same.
Likewise.
There was someone put a video up of like the last 10 crashes and things that Verstappen had, and if it was the other way round, he would have done exactly the same move.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a very fair point there, Duff.
But we'll save that for
August the
1st. And we'll get back to our Formula E action, which we're just about to tip over the 30-minute remaining mark. So that's 15 minutes of racing done.
It's close between the front two, isn't it? But then there's that gap to Boemi and Lotterer.
It is, yeah. And
4 seconds, give or take.
If Dennis is right and that Lynn is kind of backing people up on the chicanes, I can see it causing a bit of an incident a bit further back, because we are seeing some very tight corners and some tight chicanes. People all bunched up together, having to decelerate.
Some great overtaking into those double hairpins, though.
Yeah, it's a perfect setup, isn't it, for that? You can go around the one and then got the other one out to break them on if you go wide, etc. It's very interesting. I bet that would have been good to sit in the inside bit today and watch.
I was just about to say, those people are probably having a fantastic time right now. It looks so wicked in there.
Because you'll get the glare off the cars, it'll look awesome.
I
might not
wonder
sound awesome, but it'll look awesome.
if...
Ouchies, that was close.
Roland takes Cassidy, takes 15th place.
It's massively dropped back. He
We
was
like
in the top
Roland.
5.
Van Dorm's just got his fastest lap back again, 1:22.9. Albeit with attack mode enabled.
Did you ask a question then, Dev?
Oh, no, I was just saying that Seti Camera was in the top 5, it's now 13th.
Yeah.
And it seems to be easily overtaken. I wonder if he overpowered or used too much power at the start and is now in kind of power saving mode.
So the top 3 regen people, Darren, Guerra, Gunter, and Lotterer. So Dennis, Gunter, and Lotterer are the top 3 people that have done the most regen, which is when they break in and
It's probably
the wheels are turning the battery rather than the way around.
behind Lynn.
Seti Cameron's just lost another place to Verline, and as I speak, another place to Roland. He is massively dropping down the pack.
Yeah.
He's down in 15th now.
It would suggest that's what's going on, wouldn't it?
Van Dorn with the fastest lap, 1:22.969.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So
any slight collision, there seems to be under investigation. I wonder what happened there.
I'll get the fan boost link to put in the chat as well.
Oh yes.
Before we forget.
Oh yeah, I don't know. We might be a little late already on the fan boost. I'm pretty sure it's just fanboost.fiaformulae.com.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I got it here. No problem.
Is it?
Getting your fan boosts in. You've still got time?
No, this for tomorrow.
No, bollocks.
No.
We missed it. We missed it. Never mind.
Yeah. They, for the first time, or the first time I'd seen it, they were providing updates as it went. And you could see who was actually leading the fan boost and what the current voting was doing. But it was the usual suspects. You know.
Sandbird.
Bird.
Yeah.
Birdie bird.
Black and white flag.
For Degrassi.
Sorted your driving out. It is.
I guess where he was pushing and went a bit head on into some of those overtakes. Let them race.
Might as well, haven't
To be fair, I can't see. Can it be that much of an advantage? Those curbs are pretty damn big. I wouldn't want to go over them.
No. Although if they were going over that massive corner curb in New York and were still happily driving, I guess the cars can take it.
So close from that onboard to those hairpins is unreal.
It's kind of like driving Monaco constantly, isn't it? It's
yeah. And we have a Mercedes in the top 5, so maybe this track is for them.
Had to happen sometime.
Yeah. About time.
It's at home race. We thought we'd make an effort, you know. Because isn't Mrs. Wolf that's the team head of this?
Not Mercedes. They're what team's that? Because I know the sponsors Rocket the same as Williams.
Oh, is it? So it's
Let's have a quick look.
So she's not Mercedes, then, is she?
Rocket Venturi Racing.
Oh, right.
Is team she's head of.
Which one they are?
So who's that? That's, so that is Mortara.
Yeah.
And Natto.
Cool.
Interesting.
So, when did Dennis overtake? Oh, Dennis overtook Lynn because of the attack mode.
Yeah, it had to happen at some point, didn't it?
Yeah.
But
he needs a different strategy. It's not getting past.
I do think that that Lynn has done a very good job of kind of conserving his power and maintaining a lead, because he'll get it back as soon as Dennis has to take the attack mode himself. So, not a huge deal. He just needs to make sure he takes the second attack mode before Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which he has done.
Oh,
so now he gets to have the attack mode and benefit from the slipstream.
I didn't realise that Lynn had already taken his first attack mode. I thought he'd held off.
Him and Dennis took him at the same time.
Right.
The first ones, yeah. And Lynn took his second to sit behind, which is a clever idea.
De Vries, Van Dorn, De Costa and Verne with the fan boost. I assume that that Bird did get one, but he's not in the race, so they've probably just not bothered.
Yeah, we'll just give his to someone else.
They've only awarded 4, and normally it's 5. So
he always seems to get one, doesn't he?
Every race.
You know, I mean, he's obviously, the British fans like him, don't they? So it's,
Yeah. It seems strange that they're so on board with one driver, considering how many British drivers that we have in Formula E.
Oh, that was close coming out of the attack mode.
Very close coming out of the attack mode, the attack zone.
It was, wasn't it? Thinking,
But apparently it doesn't seem like Lotterer, even though he made the effort to go off the racing line and take it, did not pick up the attack mode.
There's a sensor.
Lights on the halo, which signifies to us that somebody is in attack mode, is not on. It is not glowing. And on the live tracking, he's not in attack mode there either. So he's going to have to come off the line again.
Yeah, everyone around him's on attack mode as well, so he's going to lose out because of that.
Yeah,
yep.
he missed it.
Yep, there's two sensors you have to go over, start and finish. So whether he missed one of them or didn't get all four wheels over the other one, not sure.
On the entry, it didn't look like he got his rear right wheel over it. So
that'll be why. Fair play.
So I think from kind of this point on, we're going to start to see some more aggressive overtaking, with all the attack modes done pretty early for the majority.
Oh,
that was a bump, and he's stuck on the corner. That slows down his teammate. That's unfortunate. Who is that pair? Cassidy and Fries?
Cassidy.
Yeah.
Cassidy, who held up
teammates. There's be something said about that.
Laura didn't activate attack mode.
Nope.
Or was it Lotterer? Sorry, not Van Dorn. I was wondering why his car was a different colour. That makes sense now.
One person that you don't take out is your teammate. It's spell it.
Oh, look at this!
Oh,
nice.
Wow, that was tight. Two very different lines.
A lot of fighting going on here.
Yeah, and you got
really
to watch out because the two teammates could take each other out.
Yep. That's the last thing you want to do. So I wonder if Lotterer will even bother going for his fan boost. He might as well wait till everyone else has used theirs and then go on some kind of rampage. For the
attack
last 10
mode,
minutes.
You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect he will take it just to get it out of the way. You don't want to have to, when you're in real fight mode at the end of the race, have to go for it.
No.
Green flag.
Yeah. I thought Dennis was going to go for attack mode then.
And there's Lotterer taking it. He still took the same line though. It didn't look like he had all four wheels over the sensors. They're neither, but I guess he did.
Mm-hmm.
He managed to keep his place ahead of the Audis, though, which was really handy for him.
But they are right up his arse. He could not really be any closer without taking his sandwiches out of the boot. Likewise, at the front, it's very close. Lynn behind Dennis.
1.9 seconds and then 4 seconds back.
He's trying to take back his place, even without the attack mode of Dennis, the second attack mode being taken, which would really be a coup for Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
He went wide there, isn't he?
He's lost some position.
Oh, lock up from Lynn there. Lock up from Lynn.
He has lost it a little bit. Around the NLX chicane, the Julius Barr NLX chicane.
So is this given Dennis enough time to take attack mode?
I reckon,
Look at that gap. He's got enough time.
Now. He didn't try it. Then was the time, I think. I think that was the opportunity.
That was definitely the opportunity. Wow.
Yeah.
Not paying enough attention.
Alex Lynn is the Alpine driver, isn't he? Or Alpine Driver Academy driver.
I see.
If there ends up being full course yellows or a safety car now, then Dennis, I think, can massively lose out. He needs to take that second boost on that last corner.
Message from the future, incoming. on boost.
He's still got plenty of lead ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he might take it this lap.
Yeah. It'd be stupid not to.
He would.
Yeah.
I think he'll take it, boys. I got to say. Yes.
Yeah, he's been told to by his team.
It's just been told by the team to use attack.
Yeah, almost shocked that he hadn't used it already in the last lap.
Perhaps he forgot.
Grassy's nearly 3% behind Lynn. It's gone back up to 42. A little bit of regen. He's got to use it. He took that really wide.
He's done it. He's taken it and he's kept his position.
Yeah.
Oh dear. For Lynn. He's got some work to do now. The race that looked to be his, unchallenged.
It did, didn't it? He's going to struggle now with no...
One knock-up could have ruined it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with no fan boost as well. That makes it difficult, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not fan boost, sorry.
Attack mode.
That's the one.
Mario Kart mode.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Buemi's now catching. He's still got 2 minutes of attack mode as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really lost out with that lockup.
Yeah, he's within a second of him now. 0.8
and
seconds behind.
While we've been watching that battle, the Rhys has got himself up into 4th.
And Seti Camera's all the way down in 18th now.
Yeah.
He's gone flying down. He? Very bad race for them.
Obviously a problem with that car. Hi, Dad.
Hello, Eric. How are you? I hope you got your trainers on ready. Thank you. So back to the race. Let's go back to racing. And there is a. Hang on, let me lost my live timing. There you go. There you are.
So while we've got just over 16 minutes and a lap to go, Dennis in first now with a 6 minutes of boost still left. Lynn in second, Buemi third, De Vries fourth, Lotterer fifth, Rast back up to sixth, Degrassi seventh, Van Dorn has managed to make his way up from the back to eighth, Nato ninth, DaCosta 10th, or even Roland's made his way back up to 11th. So yeah, there's a lot of people pushing through the field on this race.
Be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I would assume that this is we're going to lose Sam Bird as the championship leader. So who have we got in second? DaCosta. Where's DaCosta? Yeah, he gets a point, so no, he's not going to do it. Frines?
He's further back.
He's even further back. Oh, he might get lucky. Mortara. Where's Mortara? Mortara in 12th, not going to do it. Cassidy 15th, not going to do it. Jev?
No.
No.
He had the stop go, so he's well back.
Wow, he's getting really lucky. Rast. Okay, Rast is in 6th. So that will put him on 69. So no, doesn't even break the top 3. I think that Jaguar just got really lucky here. That they've totally ruined their own race, and still we're going to have Bird at the top of the championship still. Wow. What about
Has Van Dorn got a penalty?
Hadn't
Van Dorn?
told
no.
so.
No, DaCosta's got a black and white flag again.
Causing a
collision. I don't think he's got a penalty. Van Dorn, he's 8th, isn't he? He's still in 8th, yeah. That makes sense. Rast has got the fastest lap again now, 1:22.5.
He's flying.
He is flying. He was
doing really well in practice.
Still got attack mode.
In practice, he was getting the top of the leaderboard.
So Dennis has got a 4-second lead now on Lynn, hasn't he? Which is a lot more than just a lockup. So he's obviously that sort of attack mode and clear air is really working for him there, isn't it?
Yeah,
making a big difference. Which is it's ruined Lynn's chances of winning. But Lynn's now come in, and the pressure from Buemi and De Vries as well. So I wonder if he's having to do some more power saving.
Yeah, Buemi's right behind him now, and you can't even see Dennis. Look, he's got so much a lead, but could this be? Oh no, he's still on attack mode, isn't he? That's why he's got such a lead now.
Yeah, he's clear air and that attack mode. It just makes a big difference on it. Big difference.
Just been doing the maths on the team championship as well. And it's not looking like there's going to be much change there either.
Wow.
Like Envision Virgin Racing, DS to Cheetah and Jaguar are all not going to really score, but they're far enough away that they'll be okay. Audi in 4th, currently on 115. They've got Rast and Degrassi in the top 10 at the moment. So they're looking to gain 14 points as current standings. But that will only put them on 129, which keeps them in 4th.
Oh,
wow!
So, cool.
Very little change. As much as we were expecting big changes.
Yeah, well,
in both
looking at that grid, I was expecting some big to change, because normally you, one or two of them will come up through like the field, and one of them will do what Sam Bird has done and score nothing, and then you get a big change, isn't he? But they all seem to have knackered themselves. It's pretty much done.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still 12 minutes to go. The field could change quite drastically if we do get a crash or somebody's engine fails, or anything can happen in this sport. Things change.
Yeah, anything that can cause double waved yellows, and we're all bunched back up again.
Oh, look at that crowd! They all sit there having a beer, watching. I bet that's pretty cool. They just showed a shot of the crowd for those who aren't watching it live, and they were all there with a beer in hand. It just looked nice.
And then when it's all said and done, you can just go back out into the main bit of XL, have some food, some lovely food along that concourse, and
there is
out to the restaurants and bars in the surrounding area, and then take the train back. It's beautiful stuff.
You can DLR yourself into central London and crack on.
Ooh.
Oh, dear me.
What was that?
Well, they kind of had a hug, didn't they, going around the corner? And
so that was Cassidy and
Frines.
somebody. Frines, was it?
Is one of them? Is one of the blue? Oh, dear me.
It was car 37, which is Cassidy. I didn't see who was in the red car. Was it Ericsson? Number 6, red possibly?
Car. Yeah.
Cassidy is around Turvey and Fringe.
Yes, he is. Up to 14th.
Was that Turvey?
Turvey in 15th.
Turvey or Verline, maybe?
Could be either. I see they got the disco lights on the main straight as well. Very nice.
Oosh.
Yeah, I bet in there, if you had the club music on as well, because there's no point listening to the cars, it's just unlike, remote control cars, isn't there? You could have the atmosphere like a club in there, the cars flying through the screen, you're watching the race. Yeah,
well, I don't know if they've done the same for the race as they had for the practice and qualifying, but they did have the TV commentary on, because every time they went inside the building, you could hear it echo.
Oh, you could hear the echo.
Yeah, but you can't hear it now, so I think
they've sorted that out.
They've changed it. Either fixed the echo problem, or they've just turned off the comms.
You'd think they'd be able to fix it, wouldn't you? Really?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
Just turn off the tolerance of the microphones inside the building. It shouldn't be too difficult to do.
No, not at all. What have we got then? So there's still 2 Brits at the front, so that's good.
Absolutely. And 3 at the back.
3 at the
back. And another 2 randomly in the middle.
Yeah.
We've got the field covered today, lads. We've got the field covered. The whole lot, but from the front to the back to the middle. Absolutely perfect. Oh, God. It's
It feels like forever since I was last at the XL.
I know. Yeah. When was it? October 2019 for me.
Would have been.
I think the same.
Crazy long time.
Yeah.
It was might have been February.
Actually.
2020, maybe January, somewhere around there. Cause it was one of the last conferences we went to. It was the XL was a security conference. Yeah, It's been two years at least.
Yeah.
I went to a conference in London the other week. It was the first one since since we're allowed to start doing that kind of thing again, and it was all very strange. All very strange because there were still some rules about lockdown. It wasn't,
Of course, yeah. It was pre
Freedom Day,
July
yeah.
19th. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was all very well done, but it wasn't quite the same. So we went to the pub at 12 o'clock instead.
So I suppose the thing that is worth noting about the XL here is that it's no longer a hospital.
No, it was
That was an
COVID
expensive
hospital.
mistake.
I thought it was a hospital until quite recently.
It was never used, was it? And don't get me wrong, it was good to have it there. As it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it and all
Yeah.
that. But
They did
it's
have
cost us a couple of tax
patients,
spends.
a couple of patients there, but I don't think it was necessary as an overflow. Yeah.
Says that there goes our tax money. No, never mind. This isn't a politics show. And, so that gap's gone up now to over 5 seconds, isn't it? So I don't think you can do anything about it. Even now, Dennis's sort of attack mode's run out. He's not making any progress in.
No, he's
getting back to
massively having to manage his tyres at the moment. I think because a lot of the course is covered in a extra grippy substance, especially inside, it's actually having a massive effect on the tyres. It's really making the tyres wear.
Yeah, quite coarse stuff, isn't it?
You can see there's
Like on
so
car
many
parts, I
marbles.
think. Which you don't normally see in Formula E, do you?
Not this many, like in
No.
that shot.
Yeah. We used to see it in Formula 1 and
And they're big chunks.
IndyCar.
Big chunks of rubber.
It's a lot. But if you're going to have that high wear surface, then this is what happens, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is the thing that they're not pointing out is every time they come in and out of the building, there's a metal drain going straight across, and the surface is not quite flush and level. So that's going to take a chunk out as well. You got that 3 or 4 times a lap. Yeah, inside the building, that floor is slick. It's very slick, and so that flattens everything out for you to go straight down. Once you get down to the bottom of the ramp and back out onto the road, that's just a regular tarmac that's built to handle heavy-duty kind of vans and lorries all day, every day. So that's a good thick bit of tarmac. Very coarse, as you mentioned. So lots of changing surfaces. These tyres have to put up with a lot.
Yeah, this is why we were seeing so many spins in practice in that wet weather. Once you get that water, especially with how much stand-in water there was on any of those different surfaces, then yeah, they just went flying.
Yeah, because you've got the white lines on the road as well, and just like on a track when you hit those white lines and it's wet, there's no grip at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
So 5 minutes to go in this race, plus 1 lap.
In the NLX energy chart is up there.
Yeah, mostly 15% across the board.
Keep your NLX energy high.
Especially in the XL.
Yes. NLX XL. It's all there, isn't it?
De Costa's using his fan boost.
Yeah, I think he's going for 9th position.
Yeah. Toto Wolff looking happy as ever.
There we go. He's done it.
I
That
am
was
Toto
easy.
Wolff.
Up into 9th.
I suppose he's there, actually. Although he lives in Britain, doesn't he, I suppose. But...
Yeah, I'm sure they shoot Nico Rosberg and a few others, because obviously they were all at Silverstone last week.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I'm sure they've been invited by all sorts and everyone, so they might as well. It's free.
Yeah. Surprised they didn't stick Lulu in one for a little spin.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see. See if Lulu can beat him. Just as a publicity stunt, get him to do 10 laps in it, and
Yeah,
I'd just be
good.
interested to see if they said, "Go for it, son. Put your foot down. 10 laps." And not that he would have blown him out of the water. I would expect him to beat him, but just been interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely.
But there was a point at which we were hearing that there were talks going on about adding the Formula E to the Formula One calendar.
They've stopped that, haven't they?
But obviously we've got the full schedule for next year, and there's none of that. So unfortunately, not. I think that would have been nice to have more Formula E on the Formula One tracks.
I don't think so, because it's like what we were talking about earlier on about comparing the two, and they're two different things. And Formula E needs to maintain its own identity and brand, because the minute that they go on the Formula One circuit, they're a support act to Formula One, aren't they? Whereas at the minute, they're their own series, they're their own show, they're their own thing. Because they'll be before the Formula One races, they won't have the right slots in the schedule to be. And the thing is, it'll bring back the problem that we had at Valencia, where they're on a real track, and they're just not designed for it. Maybe Monaco could be the same weekend. I would say that, and perhaps one of the other street tracks might be worth looking at. But I think Formula E and Formula One are two separate entities. Because all you're going to get is people like me going, "Oh, the Formula One car is 50 seconds that quick around there," and people will. And whilst that is an opinion, it's not true in terms of one is better than the other, because they're different. People will look at it and go, "Oh, Formula E's crap because they're 50 seconds lap slower than Formula One." Where you can't really compare them. It's different. The Formula 2 cars and Formula 3 will be quicker than these guys.
Yeah.
So I think it's best they maintain their own thing.
No, I'd not considered the majority of that. I think that's a series of excellent points, well made, sir.
And I am a Formula E fan now, as you guys know, if you're watching it this year. Whereas I wasn't before.
Yeah.
Completely wasn't before, because I was uneducated in it, if I'm honest. But I think now it needs to maintain its own thing. Even if they bring in a junior category of Formula E, for example, maybe they want to do that. I don't know, but
create their own support races, as it were.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Even if that's a load of Porsche cars with electric batteries or hybrid batteries or whatever they want to do, or like bring in, because there's a world championship of electric go-karts. Maybe bring that in as a support race and try and grow it that way. But stay separate to Formula One, preferably.
And
just under a minute now.
Was happening. De Vries overtook Lynn. Lynn now down into third. De Vries up into second. And that, if it ends like this now, it puts De Vries up into fourth, only a few points behind Sam Bird.
Ouch.
And there'll be some good points for Mercedes, which they so badly need.
So, with what De Vries has done, it's changed what I was saying earlier about the team standings.
Yeah.
So now DS Techeetah can jump into the first position. Who is it?
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
DS. Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Twice in one stream. Sorry, carry on.
Where are they getting these points from? I don't understand.
You could be ahead of me soon.
Oh, I see.
You are?
Because they've got DaCosta in the top 10 now. That's where he would get 2 points for being ninth and tie. Okay, I'm with it now. I understand.
There's nothing in it. I'm going for it, Rhys.
Oh, go on, Duff.
If I don't get this, you're in the lead.
So we're on the last lap.
We are on the last lap, yeah.
Dennis is miles ahead of everyone else. Miles ahead.
Energy
Such a great race from him.
2 or 3% for the majority, I think, will be okay. No.
That'll be okay.
There. Nato's down in 1%, down in 10th though, so he may have a problem.
There's no way he'll make that.
To back out and lose that final point.
Yeah, there's no way he'll make it around on 1%.
I don't think so. No, he hasn't even crossed onto the final lap yet.
No.
Because Degrassi's just done so in 7th, so around about now I would suggest he's crossing the line and coming.
0.8.
0.6 now.
It's gone down again, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's
no chance.
He's either got to
Bad
back
play,
out
that.
and Roland will catch him and overtake, or he's going to retire.
Message from the future. I'll leave it.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, 0.0. He's gone to.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter now.
He's run out. Oh, dear.
There's a few of them close,
Apparently,
mine. Dennis is on 0.76.
Yeah, it's not far away, though. It's just coming up the last ramp now and about to turn back into the XL. So, coming around the final corner.
0.2.
Onto the straight.
That's pretty damn close, that.
Crosses the line.
Yeah. Massively close.
On 0.0. Now, if you're on 0.0, is that alright?
I think it has been. We have had 0.0 finishes in the past.
Yeah, and usually that goes up to 0.1 or something in a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's a British one too. No, it's not.
Super close, though.
It was close. It was close.
1-3.
My bad. 1-3. But two on the podium, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we'll take that, Jez.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
So, final standings. Dennis first, De Vries second, Lynn third. Disappointing for him. Buemi fourth, Lotterer fifth, Rast sixth, Degrassi seventh, Van Dorn eighth, Da Costa ninth, and Roland 10th. Roland eking into that because of Nato's energy woes. 11th, Mortara, Verline 12th, Cassidy 13th, Vern 14th, Frines 15th, Gunter 16th. Evans finished on the fastest lap and in 17th, 1:22.340. Turvey 18th, Ericsson 19th, Seti Camera 20th. Nato didn't quite finish, I don't think. He's down in 21st. Blomqvist 22nd. Bird and Sims 23rd, 24th. Who did not finish. I think Nato might have been able to
21st.
crawl across the line.
Yeah, in classified 21st.
Mm.
Fastest lap went to Rich Evans in the end, in 17th in the Jaguar.
Yes. I mentioned that while you were gambling.
Oh, Mike's turned up. Look at that. Nice for you to join us, Mr. Armstrong. He's probably just noticed the board and had a heart attack. Oh, what?
So Turvey and Gunter are under investigation for causing a collision. So there may be some change to the standings yet.
5-second time penalty.
And the disco lights are now on as they come down into a special grid area. Fireworks inside.
We do like a bit of inside fireworks, don't we?
It's cool, isn't it? I like this.
Yay.
It's not particularly energy efficient to have all this pyro inside, but you know that's always been a problem of Formula E. The fireworks shouldn't really be there.
It's nice, isn't it? It's all about the show. All about the show. Although it's not doing much for my connection. There we go. That's better. I mean, you can't have that.
Maybe they're electrical sparks. Maybe they're just rubbing two wires together.
Yeah, you couldn't really do that with like petrol and stuff, could you? But you know, it'd be dangerous.
Nah, it's just regular pyro like you get at wrestling and music.
A Kiss
events.
concert.
Yeah, like chemical stuff rather than fuel based. Pretty colours.
Maybe it's
and Roland and Buemi under investigation for energy overuse.
Oh dear.
So Roland could lose
Buemi
that
was
10th position. And Buemi was 4th. Wow.
Yeah.
So we could still get some changes. We'll hang around long enough to find out what's going on with that.
I hope they make the changes swiftly rather than debacles that we've had in the past with Formula, because it's pretty obvious if you've overused the energy, you've overused it. It's there.
Yeah, you either have or you haven't. Let's get the penalty sorted. Yeah.
There's no looking at replays trying to work out who went round the corner or whatever. Surely it's all there in the data, and if you have, tough luck.
Indeed. So we'll
it's like a weird
we'll wait for that.
Berlin nightclub in there.
Yeah.
All industrial and weird lights.
Oh yeah, I've just turned the commentary back on. That does sound quite cool in there. Nice.
Right. So in the championship now, I'm not sure we've had an update yet. No, nothing yet. Hopefully they'll give us an
They
update
might
that we can
do it
pass
after
on.
this on the screen. Yeah.
I don't want to do the maths myself. That's going to take too long.
Yeah, there's no live.
It doesn't
Live thing, is there?
update live. No, it doesn't at all.
Which you'd think would be a fairly simple thing for them to do, really.
Yeah,
Save Jez doing the maths.
it would. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not doing it.
That's
That's going to take.
right, because we can go over it tomorrow.
We can.
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, there it is, Jez. Yeah,
there we go.
Here we go. Here we go. So, yeah,
Boom, big change.
Yeah, Jake Dennis. Look at that, up to second.
absolutely up to second. I didn't consider Dennis for some reason. Don't know where he was before. Up to second. Very nice.
So
4
Sam
points
Beard needs
in
a
the top
result tomorrow,
four.
doesn't he?
Yeah, DS to Cheetah go to first because it's D rather than E. That's that's a bit nonsense, isn't it?
No, it
I think
can't be
also
that. It
because
can't be that.
they've won a race where
Yeah, it'll be race wins
Virgin
first.
haven't won a race.
I hope so. It just seems
If it's
coincidental that all of the standings are alphabetical. It seems a bit of a coincidence to me.
Yeah.
If it's
because
like
they've won a
Formula One,
race,
it'll
you just said.
yeah, it'll be race wins, then it'll be podiums, then it'll be head to head, and all the rest of it. There'll be like 5 or 6 different levels of criteria, for a better phrase, to judge it on.
Fair enough.
Second win in his rookie season.
Yeah, I don't think he's part of any of the Formula One
No.
teams as such. He's obviously come up through some junior formula somewhere. I will do some research for tomorrow and find
Lovely. Well, tomorrow is another busy day for me, and it doesn't start with the Effing Racing Show. It actually kicks off with some the Jez Show at the Olympics at 10 a.m. tomorrow. That's making its debut. Being joined by Yol Father for some judo.
Hey, cool.
And I've promised to commentate at least a part of it as if I'm good old JR from professional wrestling. So, by God, I might even see if I can dig out a cowboy hat or something and have a go.
That'll be interesting.
Here you go, Rhys. Just a quick one.
Yes,
Dennis is actually the simulator and development driver for Red Bull Racing since 2018.
Duff search. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's good. Okay, cool. Fair play to the boy.
Yeah.
Since 2018. And they haven't stuck him in the car. Interesting.
By the looks of it, it said they might have stuck him in the car somewhere. I think it was one of the mid or end season tests.
One of the young driver
tests. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And
That's
then
fine.
we're back at just before 2 o'clock tomorrow, probably about 20 to 2, to get ready for our second E-Prix in London. Slight bit earlier than yesterday. And then in the evening...
He's here.
In the evening, which actually, Rhys, I think you need to talk next, because not on this channel, but over on Racage 1, what's happening late afternoon tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow sees the return of gaming with the Lado. He's here. We're going to play... Well, there is a vote on the Discord. You can get joined in, whether I embarrass myself on Fortnite, Rocket League, or Roblox. So you can take your pick out of the 3, and whichever one wins.
He got his trainers on. That's the key.
Oh, Eric, have you got your trainers on?
Yeah.
He's got his trainers on, folks. We're good.
Okay.
He listened. He didn't want to be called out live on Twitch and then not do it, did he?
No, never call him out live. No, it's fine.
And then tomorrow I'm going to close the day with the 50th episode of 2 Minute Warning. And it's going to be a big one, going through every team leading into training camps, which will open on Tuesday for the majority of the league. And
cool.
And yeah, so very quickly, final thoughts as we close out. Duff, what did you think of this race?
A lot of overtaking, although I don't think we saw it all. Shame about Lynn. I think he knackered his own race there. But I look forward to tomorrow's. More overtaking to come.
Rhys?
Yeah, I think I echo Duff's thoughts on it, really. I think the TV coverage, sometimes they need to just show a little bit more of the action. But no, it was a good race. Good race, to be fair. I think Lynn did knacker himself with that lockup. He never really recovered from it, whether he got a bit flustered or whatever. But then Dennis sort of managed to stretch you well with his boost, didn't he, as well? Sort of attack mode, sorry, I keep calling it boost.
Yeah.
He handled that well to hold on to the win because he built that gap. And he won eventually by 5 seconds. So happy days. But, yeah, good. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Karoon's back.
It was a good race as far as I'm concerned. Nice to see familiar surroundings for me and a different experience for a bit of inside, a bit of outside, a bit of flashy lights. I still think the spotlight on the grid walk was the was the fantastic thing for me.
That was quite cool.
But I'm looking forward to tomorrow, seeing if we get anything different. I will be keeping an eye on the Duffcast. Perhaps, Duff, you can put a little Duffcast up on our Facebook page later today when we are a bit closer to knowing
a little bit of news.
What the weather's going to be.
I think it might be wet.
Oh,
that's what she said.
A full race under the wet would be very interesting.
Possibility.
Yeah.
With the possibility of thunderstorms.
Well, they won't do it in thunderstorms, will they? They'll stop and wait. So.
We shall see. They still practiced in.
Yeah, not thunderstorms, will they?
No, not under threat of lightning. It won't happen. So that's
rain,
where we've got to. That's where we've got to stop short. We want rain, but no thunder and lightning.
Agreed.
And tune in tomorrow to see what happens as we close out the show here today. Thank you very much for joining. We're going to go over and raid the Devil's Advocate TV, who are doing a. Pre-season friendly in the Premier League, Manchester United and Queen's Park Rangers.
Oh God!
Member of the Twitch Sports Accelerator family. So come on down and show them your love. I've been Jez.
Soccer for Jez.
That's been Rhys. That's been Duff. Say goodbye, Rhys.
Goodbye, Rhys.
Say goodbye, Duff.
All right, Governor. Catch you later.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.